A one and a two and a chick-a-boom a chick.
Hey, I want to make sure that you don't miss this. Our friends at Contractor Growth Network are hosting a free live webinar on Thursday, November 6th at 2:00 p.m. Eastern. It's all about AI search and what it means for remodelers like you. Homeowners are already using tools like ChatGPT and Google Gemini when researching who to hire, and you need to be ready. They're going to walk through what's changing and how you can keep showing up in search results, even in those new AI overviews. Save your spot now at contractorgrowthnetwork.com/AI. Contractorgrowthnetwork.com/AI. All right, let's dive in. It's been a minute since it has been a podcast with just little old me. Gone on a good run here. If you look at our recent podcasts of having a wonderful guest, a lot of featuring remodelers who are remodelers on the rise and hearing their story, several good guest experts, and thought, I can still just do a solo podcast every so often. If you go through the archives, you'll see that I do this in the past quite often. Now, sometimes when I do this, I have a very specific topic. I've got a little outline. I just go cruising through it. Other times I have a single thought, and then you watch as I walk the tightrope that is recording a podcast without a lot of notes. The sentence that I wrote up simply says this: it's not all about business. It's not all about business. And I'm just going to riff on that. I might riff for 5 minutes. I might riff for 10 minutes. I might riff for 57 minutes. Actually, I won't, because I have a one-on-one coaching call in 35 minutes. So it'll definitely be under 35 minutes, most likely in that 15 to 20 minute range. I will share thoughts running through my head related to this. It's not all about business, a little autobiographical, a little bit of thinking through what my clients have been mentioning, and just some good reminders to make sure that we are rightly ordering our lives. Let me say that again, or let me put it in a question form. Are you rightly ordering your life? Are you rightly ordering your life? It's a phrase that I think I learned it from my wife. It was something that she's discussed. There's a book that she wrote. There's a new book she orders every couple days. And it's a thought that's also near and dear to my heart. It is very easy as business people to become pretty obsessed with business. The gentleman that is talking to you right now is somebody that has loved business ever since he started his first one in early high school, buying and selling baseball cards. Always been making a buck. Always, I got MajorLeagueCards.com. We got EarnCashOnline.com. We got this little side hustle. We got that little side hustle. I love business. So the one talking loves business. But as a remodeler, if I'm talking to you as a remodeler, this remodeling business is hard. It can really start to own your time. And if you're not careful, can start to own your life. That's not what we're looking to do. It's not all about business. Success in business cannot come at the expense of success at home. I would much rather you be a poor, miserable remodeler who is a wonderful spouse and parent and friend than the other way around. I would prefer you to be a wonderful remodeler and a wonderful all of those, obviously. But I think you get my point. It's not all about business, point number one. Point number two, you need to rightly order your life. You need to decide what that means. Does that mean God comes first? Is that who you are as a person of faith? Does that mean you are considering your role as a spouse, a husband or wife? Does that mean you are considering your role as an aunt or uncle, as a parent, as a son or daughter, as you care for your parents, as a golfer, as a fisherman, as somebody that serves tremendously on causes that you care about, that you're a business person who leads your team and cares tremendously about the team that you're leading and helping grow and helping make their lives better and your clients' lives better. Think about all the different titles and all of the different areas of your life and consider how rightly ordered they are or they are not. That's a good reminder. I know it's a good reminder because I know I need to hear it. I have all kinds of different titles underneath the name Kyle Hunt. Kyle Ryance Hunt, by the way. My middle name is Ryance, Ryence. Bet you haven't heard that one. That was my grandpa's name. It's also the middle name of one of my sons. Under Kyle Ryance Hunt, though, there's all kinds of different titles. And if I'm not thoughtful, and if I don't review that from time to time, and if I'm not considering that consistently, the order of those priorities can oftentimes get mixed up. For some reason, here in October and the last few weeks, as I'm talking to a lot of my clients, I work with a lot of husband-wife teams, just friends in our lives, acquaintances, and just a lot of people that I talk to. That's one of the joys of my work, is that I'm in the people business. I get to talk to a lot of people. There just seems to be a little anxiousness out there. There seems to be a little bit of people being wore out. There seems to be a little bit extra chippiness right now. And I'm seeing that as I'm talking to husband-wife teams. I'm seeing that in my own life. I'm seeing that certainly in our culture, but even just around me. It is important, and you can do this with me, to take a breath. Slow down for a minute. Stop scrolling your phone constantly. Stop wasting minutes and hours doing nothing that's giving you any kind of joy. Think about the people that are important to you. Be selfless. Put them first. Go out of your way to do something wonderful for your wife today, for your husband today. Go out of your way to just slow down enough to think about somebody in your extended family or in your friend network that needs some encouragement. Stop listening to this right now. Push pause if that struck you, and go call them or text them right now. It's part of rightly ordering our lives. It's part of the way of living in a way that is proactive instead of reactive. Me with you. Do not let the cares of the world and the cares of business and the cares that are coming at me and all of the drivel and all of the hard news and all of the hard things that are going on in the world numb you. Do not let that. Fight back against that. Do not let that control you. Do not let that numb you. Do not let that overwhelm you. And it starts by showing kindness and selflessness and empathy to those closest around you. Rightly order your lives. This whole thing it's not all about business. Stop being so obsessed with business. A couple of you just needed to hear that. So those are a few things that are on my mind. I know, again, that it's some good stuff to hear because these are reminders that I need to hear. There is nothing new under the sun, as the good book says in Ecclesiastes. These are things that we need to be reminded of. Let me go a couple different angles. Again, this is Stream of Consciousness podcast. Stream of Consciousness. What's going on in my mind? Your calendar. We need to evaluate our calendar a bit. And we need to evaluate our overall capacity. The hunts here in the fall of 2025, we're in the thick of it. We've got 7th grade volleyball. Toss on top of that, we got varsity volleyball. Toss on top of that, piano lessons. Toss on top of that, my wife's working full-time as a worship director at church. Toss on top of that, I'm a needy man. And I want people to spend time with me and ask me how I'm doing and tell me I'm pretty. And I'm running a growing and busy business. We've got another kid off at college. We've got another one taking piano lessons and doing a musical. We are in a busy season of life. And when that is the case, it is all the more important to carve out time, to take a Friday afternoon off. But also in the middle of busyness, I might not have a ton of time because we are so busy. Do not underestimate very solid eye contact with your spouse for 10 minutes. Like truly connecting, asking and putting the phones away, getting rid of the screens. Sometimes just 10 minutes of talking about our day, of talking to each other about how we're doing, of asking how they're feeling, how they're doing, if there's anything I can do for them, goes a long ways. Same thing with your kids. 5 minutes of uninterrupted, intentional time can go a long way. Take a look at your capacity. What are also some things that you need to stop doing? You might be trying to do 18 different things to improve your business. Stop. This is a marathon. This is not a sprint. Maybe if you put some things in the parking lot, good idea, not going to do anything with it right now, and you just had more focus on fewer things, you may not feel as frantic. You may not let work bleed into home life as much. You may find yourself to be a little bit more at peace and have a little bit more joy. Take a look at your calendar. What do we need to prune back? Take a look at your workload and the amount of capacity that you have and determine if you need to pull back from some things, if you need to delegate certain things, if you need to kick some improvements down the road because you need to focus on one or two single things right now. Hey, real quick before we get back to the show, you've probably noticed AI starting to pop up everywhere, right? Homeowners are using it more and more when they're researching remodelers. That's why our friends over at Contractor Growth Network are doing a free live webinar on Thursday, November 6th at 2:00 p.m. Eastern. They're breaking down how AI search works, what it means for remodelers, and what you can do to make sure people keep finding your business online. They've seen their remodeling clients ranking and now getting leads straight from ChatGPT, Google's Gemini, and those new AI overviews that you're seeing. So if you want to see what's changing and how to stay ahead of it, grab your free seat at contractorgrowthnetwork.com/AI. That's contractorgrowthnetwork.com/AI. Go learn more about the webinar happening Thursday, November 6th at 2:00 p.m. Eastern. All right, let's get back to the episode. Interesting. I wonder, see, I'm just sitting here. It's 12:34 p.m., October 2nd, 7th. Hopefully this is being published like weeks from now. We're starting to get a couple podcasts in the hopper instead of this just-in-time delivery. But it's super weird because I'm just sitting here in my little office in Brighton, Michigan. I'm looking at a screen. We use this program called Riverside. I've got the video version on. Several of you are watching it there. A bunch of you are listening to the audio version on your favorite podcast app, which, by the way, I wouldn't mind you I know you're busy, but just take a minute to leave a little review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you're listening to. I mean, I'd appreciate that. I know you're busy, but maybe just pause it real quick and do that for us. That'd be awesome. But I'm just kind of in here talking into a screen, hoping and praying that some of the things that are rolling through the head and this theme of it's not all about business just resonates with the hearts and minds of a few people listening to this. It brings me incredible joy to think that potentially a few of you have already paused and sent a note, paused and called somebody, paused and thought about something that you're not going to do right now because you're over capacity. And by not doing that, you have more time to balance things out. I hope that this little stream of consciousness rant, hopefully those are some of the results of this. Or maybe you're listening to this going, God, you sound crazy over there, man. I don't know who you're talking to. My life, everybody around me, we seem to be just at peace and we got plenty of margin in our lives and we're just doing great. If that's the case, wonderful. I'm very glad for you. And life is about seasons. There's a lot of seasons and they kind of ebb and flow. And some are busier than others. We're looking forward to volleyball season being done soon, even though we love volleyball season, because I think there might be some home-cooked meals on our horizon instead of sprinting around going, all right, we stopping at Panera? We starting at Culver's? You want to go to Pita Way? Where are we going? And hopefully that will be a little bit less and we can sit around the table and chit-chat and catch up. Yeah, so my goal today is simply to get you, hopefully, to be reminded of some things, to think about how rightly ordered your life is, and if it's not, adjustments that you need to make. To remind you that this world of business is a lot of fun for a lot of us. It also is not the main thing. Old man also will mention, don't blink, young whippersnappers out there with those young kids, because it goes by real fast. Holy cow, I got a sophomore in college, I got a senior in high school. It just flies by. So soak up those moments, slow down, make sure your business is not overtaking your life. And I will close with this. What I've been doing for 17 years, probably the thing I'm most excited about in my work and in the programs that we have is that certainly we teach a lot around how to improve your remodeling business. Great training around understanding and knowing your numbers and your financials. Great training around creating a wonderful, effective marketing plan. Wonderful coaching around your sales process and making sure we're not shooting from the hip, but we've got a rock solid sales process and how we charge for design development. And lots of training and coaching around how do we effectively grow and lead our teams. That's all good. And you can join our VIP club if you're kind of in that $1.5 million and under crowd of revenue. You're a little earlier on your business side. The VIP club is amazing for that. You could, if you're a little bit bigger, more established, the peer groups that we have, limited availability, but we have 5 peer groups with a couple spots open here and there that could be a great fit for you. We do some one-on-one coaching. There's a lot of that. But hopefully a vein, a thread that threads through everything that we do is this message I'm sharing today. Business is great. Business is fun, but it is not the be all end all. We need to make sure that we design and build our business so that it supports the life that we want to live versus the other way around. I am not interested in having a business that controls my life. I am interested in having a business that supports the life that we're trying to live, the balance of it. And certainly money is part of that. But again, it is not all about business and it is not all about money. Life is way more important than that. So there you go. Thoughts from a 42-year-old business coach in Brighton, Michigan, here in the fall of 2025. I do hope, I do pray that there's something in there that is life-giving and helpful for you. Thank you so much for listening. I asked you to leave a review earlier. If you haven't done it, I'm just going to be meaner now. Let's go leave it right now. And also, reach out, shoot me a note, shoot me an email, Kyle@remodelersontherise.com. Remodelers.com for all of our programs and all of our details there. Go join our awesome Facebook group, remodelerscommunity.com. You want some free templates, some help? Remodelersvault.com. I got all kinds of domain names. I got all kinds of free resources and some wonderful paid coaching that can be beneficial. Go take your spouse out for a date. Go text somebody. Go reach out to that friend. Set up a little lunch. Do stuff. Live life. See you.